What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, seems that a Plague Tale Requiem update, the 60 frame update, kind of shines light on the power narrative. Meaning, the Xbox Series X is outperforming the PlayStation 5. Wow, is that surprising? No, because we all know that Sony's been paying developers to gimp the Xbox Series versions. They have been paying developers to make the PlayStation 5 seem more powerful, to have the best performance, to optimize for the PlayStation 5. Not Team Asobo. They're like, nah, B, we doing to make our game. We want our game to look the best. And if your console can do it, then that's what's gonna happen, and that's what happened. So, in the 120 hertz arena, well, actually, if you look at, well, the 60 frame arena, I think it's pretty even. I think Xbox still has a little bit of a lead, but the 120 hertz option in a Plague Tale's Requiem illustrates, it showcases how that gap is. At some points, 20 frames better on the Xbox than the PlayStation 5. I mean, J-Dub, what's the why? Why I got a mosquito in here? Why, J-Dub? Did I get him? No. Why, J-Dub? Why is this? Why? You know, that's the question. I'm not gonna get him. And so it was 20, and then, you know, 10, 15, different stress tests, different areas. And the thing, I forgot who actually did the actual testing, but you know, he's one of the guys, one of like 4 of them. And he was like, yes, it's very, you know, British. It's very, this 120 hertz mode gives us a kind of a benchmarking tool, basically, because it's uncapped at 120, so it can go all the way up to the hundreds, but at times, you know, it doesn't. I don't think it goes to 120. Not on the PlayStation 5, but on the Series X, it goes to 1 something. It is in the hundreds at some points. But, you know, 20 frames more on the Series X. Same resolution, same graphical detail and all these things. And this is what I'm talking about. When a developer does their due diligence and they actually put them side by side without any caveats, without any optimization differentiations and such, who comes up on top? Who has more power? We all know it's the Xbox. So, you know, that's what's up. I mean, this is a short one. You guys can go watch the Digital Foundry video. They just popped it off, I don't know, like 7 hours ago or something like that. I don't remember. But y'all can check it out and y'all see what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, ponies, donkey, unicorns, they desperate. They're sad. They're anticipating Spider-Man 2. I hope it's good. I mean, that's the only thing they got coming out. So I hope Insomniac doesn't fumble this one. But it seems that you know, well, they're thirsty, so they might give it a pass. But at the same time, people are hypersensitive about certain things, and if it ain't up to snuff, then it's gonna get shouted out. Just like Redfall, right? I've been playing Redfall. I'm gonna play some later, and it's not great, but it isn't the worst game ever. It isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's alright. That's what it is. It's alright. I'll give it an alright out of 10. I don't know where that is. It's in the 70s somewhere. It's not a 50 whatever or 60. It's a 70, 75 if I'm being generous. But I haven't really gotten into it, and I think the main problem with Redfall is that there isn't enough of the cinematic storytelling that is needed for a game to be heralded as a 10 out of 10 or whatever, you know. I mean, you look at Zelda, and I guess that's different because that's all systems basically, but you know, Zelda has this history, so everybody knows what the story is already. Each game is just a a slight deviation from the original game. And you know, they get like 10 extra points or whatever. They get the Nintendo bump. That's fine, whatever. But if Redfall had like high quality cinematics and all that stuff, because what they did was there's like still motion, like motion comic type stuff. I'm like, I was like, I don't even care. And a lot of the story stuff is in little letters and notes hidden around the world. And I think that's where they fell short a little bit, because it could be really interesting to have backstories on each of the vampire, what do they call it? Not Illuminaries, that's the other game. Whatever the bosses are, the main, I think there are 5 or 6 of them that were like the mains. And I don't think I killed one of them already. I think the Hollow, did I kill the Hollow Man? I don't even remember. The Hollow Man was one of them. He kept whispering and stuff, and he was like, you know, you happen. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but it loses some of its meaning because it isn't really explained, or the backstory of the Hollow Man isn't presented to the players, because it's an open world and you can do it in any order. But they should really, I mean, they did, but like I said, it's like a motion comic, and it was like, whatever. And that's I know budgets, whatever, but come on, son, put the extra money, hire the extra people, and put that quality in there that these gamers are talking about. Now, I understand that, you know, that might not be smart. It might not be a wise decision budgetarily, because you want to keep the game under a certain number, you know. I understand all that, but if you want to change the perception of your output, Microsoft, you need to start realizing where your shortcomings are, and that's one of them. I'm not saying make all your games sad dad walking simulators. No, I don't think there's a real problem with the actual game of Redfall itself. It seems a little lacking because you have the cultist, and then you have the former, I mean, I'm playing Jacob, so his former crew, you shoot them, they're all humans, and then you have blood bags, and you got vampires and vampire bosses, whatever they're called. There's different ranks and stuff, but once again, that wasn't even explained either in the actual game. So yeah, I think, once again, I understand that, you know, it's being an open world game. It's difficult to funnel the players through, especially if you're going to be playing 4-player co-op. But if you take it as a single player game, give us some of those, you know, not hand-holdy things, but, you know, give us some of those things that'll make us understand the story and appreciate the story and like it, because I think it's pretty interesting, the whole premise of the game. So, but anyway, I'm not gonna go through it because, but it's not bad. It's also not great. It's good. It's alright. It's good. It's alright to good. Somewhere between alright and good. That's where Redfall lands. I might change my mind once I finish it. I did do one of the, I guess, vampire nests. I did one of those. It was okay. I was like, oh, all right. So, yeah. But you know, the hate for Xbox is bleeding in to all their games, so it got extra. Redfall got extra pummeled, and everybody on the internet, you know, whether it's, oh no, it's Alex and everybody else and their mama, oh, Redfall's trash, disaster, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad, but you know, I understand what y'all doing, so I get it. But you know, I guess I gotta increase the negativity I place on PlayStation things, like exaggerate, I would say, not more negativity, just exaggerate the points more, because they're doing it to Xbox. I don't see anybody doing it to PlayStation. I mean, there's a few. You know, you got Post Up, you got Dirt, Griggity, you got Sean, you got a lot of people out there on the Xbox side. So I give them that, but they're more of attacking the ponies and the donkey unicorns. I'm more of trying to point out the shortcomings of the media and the media bias. That's where my mind is at. You know, a pony and donkey unicorn will clop across the street in front of me once in a while, and I'll trip them up. I'll throw some apples to distract them or something. But you know, that's why I do these videos, is really because the media is such that it's just like regular mainstream media that isn't video games. It's like they'll tell you what they want you to hear. Not the truth. Just, all right, what are we trying to do? What's the agenda we trying to push today, fellas? Huh? And then they put it out in all the news. They do it all. And, you know, video games are similar. So, you know, you got to pay attention to that stuff. But anyway, I appreciate y'all showing up, hanging out. This is my subscribe. If half of y'all, I haven't even actually looked at the sub to non-sub re-watchers, re-returners. But for y'all in here, I appreciate y'all a lot. I'm trying to do more comments in the comment, but you know, comment, you know, comments. But I read them all, you know I do. And just keep it up, y'all. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about this Digital Foundry revelation that a Plague Tale Requiem is actually showing how the Xbox Series X is better than the PlayStation 5? Undeniable. I'm just saying. Do you agree with them? Or, you know, is it what I've been saying? Sony's been paying these devs to make the PlayStation 5 look better than the Xbox when it actually isn't. You know, optimizing for the PlayStation 5 and not optimizing the Xbox Series X version. If they're gonna pay them to not have it on Game Pass, they're gonna pay them to not make it better, to not make it better on Xbox. That's what I say. Why wouldn't they? But anyway, I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Somebody's creeping up on me. Tilt the way.